Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. So, it's my wrap-up of the month of January of 2025. We've been using winning pens from last year. Here are the pens. What we're going to do, take a quick look at them. I'm going to rank them, so I'm going to fetch them out in reverse order. After I finish ranking them, what I'll then do is I'll go over to my website, eves.id.au, where I've had a poll for you to vote for what you think should be the winning pen, and I'll show the ranking that we've got for them that you've decided. So join me now, down on the table, let's jump on in. Welcome down to the table. So the pens that I started off, my winning pens from last year, we had an Asvine P20 with Colorverse Neptune Occultation. We had the Kaweco Sport with Colorverse Portuguese Meteor. We had the That Pen Bloke fountain pen with Diamine Salted Caramel, and I changed the ink partway through when that ran out and put in Diamine Grotto. The Pilot E95S with Diamine Cranberry. The Lamy 2000 with Colorverse Supergiant. And then the last pen, Waterman Carene with Diamine Sleigh. So how did these pens get on? How do I rank them? Let me get the top three in the camera. There we go. That's better, isn't it? So at position number 6, I will be honest, all these pens were very difficult to rank because they're all really nice pens. Position number 6, I gave to the Kaweco Sport. Now, I'd eyedroppered this, and part of the reason for me marking it down is, although I'd put plenty of silicone grease on the threads, I was still getting leakage into the cap. You can see here where the cap there absolutely covered in ink. It's a nice pen. It writes nice. It's a pocket pen, designed to go in your pocket. Because of the ink leakage, you can already see there, I've got ink on my finger. Let's pop the cap back on there. Rest of it, it's a nice pen. It's a 1.1 stub nib, gives a really nice line. The Portuguese Meteor, very nice ink. Really like the colour. I don't see much of the glistening or the shimmer that I believe should be in it, but that doesn't bother me too much. I'm still ranking though, so for ranking purposes, I gave this position number 6. Position number 5, that goes to the That Pen Bloke fountain pen. Again, it's a gorgeous pen, gorgeous looking pen. It's a big pen. It's fairly light. It's handmade here in Australia with a resin that he pours himself. It's a cartridge converter. As you can see, it's virtually out of ink now. And that's my second fill. So it's the pen I've enjoyed using for me to go through 2 fills. So why am I saying it's position number 5? It's nice. It writes well. I was disappointed with the 2 inks. That's the main reason for marking it down. The Salted Caramel, yeah, the colour's all right. And on here, I'm seeing a lot of that glistening, a lot of that shimmer. But when I'm using it on my normal papers, I'm not really seeing that. And the Diamine Grotto, this is meant to be an extreme sheen. Now, this is Oxford Optic paper, so it's not exactly cheap paper, and it's usually really nice with sheen in inks. But seeing absolutely nothing there of that sheen. So it was the inks really that let this down rather than the pen. But we are ranking, so I'm going to give this number 5. Position number 4. May surprise a few people. I'm giving position number 4 to the Lamy 2000. Just move this up so we've got that there. So why am I marking this down? Well, first thing is the ink window. I really struggle with it. It's just very, very small. Yes, I can see red through there at the moment because it's a red ink, but I struggle to see the ink level. I think this one is another one nearly out of ink, but because I'm struggling to see that ink level, it's hard to say. It's quite light. It's nice in the hand. The nib, very smooth. Too smooth really for me. It feels quite glassy. I still like writing with that. I still enjoy using it. But it's just, I've got to be aware. So I try to use this on papers which have got a bit more texture. The ink, Supergiant, really nice red ink. I think I need to look at Supergiant in a bit more detail sometime later this year. But as I've already said, we're ranking. So this comes in at position number 4. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. So that leaves us with 3 pens. We've got the Waterman Carene, we've got the Pilot E95S and the Asvine P20. Which pen do you think is going to come in at position number 3? I've decided to give it to the Asvine P20. This is starry skies, this material, very nice. Piston filler. The window, very similar comment to what I was saying with the Lamy. It's a little bit on the narrow side, so it is a bit hard to see what the ink level is. It's nice and comfortable. Width-wise, it's got a little bit more width than the 2000, which is why I'm putting this at position number 3. It's a nice pen. It's a gorgeous pen to look at. Really nice pen to write with. So we're going to give this position number 3. Leaves us with 2 pens. Let's reposition the paper. Can I get both of them on here? Yes, there we go. So position number 2. Difficult choice. Really was. I love both the pens. They're both gold nib pens. They're both glorious writers. Position number 2, I decided to give the Waterman Carene. I love this marine amber. Very, very nice. It's very, very elegant. It's a cartridge converter. There we go. This is my 3rd fill. I've loved using this ink. This is Diamine Sleigh Ride, which is an extreme sheen, and wow, you can see the sheen. We've got this gorgeous embedded nib. It's an 18 karat gold nib. It's a nice fit in the hand. A little bit thin, but not too much. Why position number 2? I've got to be honest, price. $445, whereas for a Pilot E95S, it's 215 Aussie dollars. I could get 2 E95Ss for the price of 1 Carene. That was the only reason for me to mark it down. So this comes in at position number 2. So obviously that means position number 1 goes to the Pilot E95S. Just about pocketable, this one, so you can use it as a pocket pen. I do. We've got that small thing there. Look, what I use is I just refill a cartridge. It's empty now. Got an embedded nib. Unposted. It's usable, but once you post it, it's such a nice size. Really nice to write with. 14 karat gold nib, as opposed to the 18 karat gold on that Waterman Carene. It's still an embedded nib. Section, again, nice and comfortable. And as I've said, to be honest, it was purely the price, the differentiator. So this comes in at position number 1. So now what we do is we're going to take a slightly different look, because this month I've tried an experiment where I've created a website, eves.id.au. On there, I put a poll of my starting pens and asked for people to vote for which one they thought should win. So I'm going to use a different pen. I'm going to use my Admoc M800 to score this. So looking at the poll, we've got a tie for 5th place. 2 pens, both with 1 point each. And they are the Kaweco Sport. So that's position number 5. And also that pen Bloke, position number 5. So they're fairly accurate to what I was thinking. At position number 4, we've got the Lamy 2000. So again, actually came in the same as I thought. And that was with 2 votes. Position 3. So this is where we start to differ. Position 3 went to the E95S. that had 3 votes. I can see where they're coming from. I think the E95S, I say for me, it's the cheapness for a gold nibbed pen. And if you can say $215 is cheap. Position number 2, that goes to that Asvine P20 with 4 votes. So this is position number 2. Quite surprised at that. I think it's gone up really high. And I was expecting that to be more like the number 3. But this is what the beauty of opening this up to the vote. It's getting other people's thoughts. I think it's a brilliant idea. So it's something I'm hoping to continue. What I'm going to do though, going forward, I'm going to try and open it on the first day of my Pens in Use month. So that's position number 2, which means that position number 1 with 7 votes, so nearly double what position 2 had, that goes to the Waterman Carene. So let's just swap over and take one final look at the pens. So my pens for January 2025, which was 2024 winners, we've got at position number 6, the Kaweco Sport. Number 5, that pen Bloke fountain pen. Number 4, the Lamy Safari. Number 3, the Asvine P20. Number 2, the Waterman Carene. And number 1, my winning pen, the Pilot E95S. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. What do you think of my ranking? What do you think of your ranking? Were you able to go and vote? I'm going to try and publicise that website a little bit more so that we can actually start doing this each month. I'd love to be able to start getting people's thoughts for what they think should be the winning pen. Please drop any comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit that thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.